What up? Welcome back to Cool Kid TCG. Today we're playing a matchup. I'm playing my friend Dylan. He's got the new starter deck Luffy, the Egghead Luffy. He's got the Alter. It's pretty cool. It's essentially like the starter deck 1 Luffy, but a little bit more buffed up. That's kind of how this entire starter deck is. It's like the starter deck 1, but a little bit more buffed up. Starter deck 1 was you can give a Rested Dawn to something. This one is if you have a Dawn on it, you can give up to 2 Rested Dawn. Maybe to a Straw Hat. There's also a bunch of cards in there, like there's an Anami. For example, Starter Deck 1 Nami had one that was give a Rested Dawn to a character. This has one that gives 2 Rested Dawn to a Straw Hat or leader. So everything's kind of just like plus, it's 2 instead of 1. It's a very interesting matchup. I know that's where the really good Luffy comes from, the one that's on his sleeves. So that's one we're gonna have to be cognizant of. It's a good card with Rush, gives Rested Dawn on attack. So we lost the dice roll. We're going second. He's up to 3 Dawn. We kind of have to hope we survive the aggression, play some big bodies afterwards, and then, weather the storm. He plays that Nami I was just talking about. That he taps it for 3. He gives 2 Rested Dawn to leader, and he swings 7 in a life. We give 2k, 1k. Now we go to 4 Dawn. We're going to ramp to 5. We're going to swing 5 into life. He takes. And then we're going to tap the kid, or 5 for the kid blocker. So we've established a blocker. Next turn, we're going to Luffy Taro into Songoro. And we're going to get that Dawn back. We won't go down, so we'll still be at 7. If we could ramp again and go up to 8, for example. He's at 6 Dawn. He's going to, 5 Dawn. He's going to tap 5 of that Luffy I was just talking about. And on attack, I can give a Rested Dawn to something. He uses the effect of Nami to give 2 Rested Dawn to leader, and that allows him to do 2 Rested Dawn to the Luffy character, which then he swings and gives another Rested Dawn. So he just swing 8 twice on his 5 Dawn turn. I was not prepared for that. I'm not expecting that. I'm thinking this is pretty bad. I'm in a rough spot. We're gonna go ahead with our plan of Luffy Taro into Songoro. I think what probably would have been the better play would be to play the Rush Sanji I have in my hand, just so I could rest that Nami and swing into it, because that Nami is what allowed him to just swing 8-8 at me. And in theory, he could swing 8-8 again. If he has another Luffy, I think he could swing triple 8s. Like, it could get out of hand really quickly. We are keeping 1 Dawn up for Gum Gum Giant just in case. So I went ahead with the like normally scheduled plan, the really good play, without really adjusting to what he was doing. I think the better play probably would be to play that Sanji at that point. But we'll see how it plays out. He's at 4 life. We are at 2. We have a blocker, 1 Dawn standing for Gum Gum Giant. He's going to tap 6 for Divine Departure and get rid of our Luffy. Divine Departure could be a counter, or it could pop at 8,000 power or less, so it perfectly fits the Luffy Taro. Uses the effect of Nami to give 2 Rested Dawn to leader, then uses leader effect to give 2 Rested Dawn to the character Luffy again, and he's going to be able to buff his leader up again. Plus he still has 1 standing Dawn. He swings 8 into life, gives the Rested Dawn there to make it swing 9, and we take. Now he has a 7k swing, potentially an 8. It's an 8 because he puts the last Dawn on it. We're going to block, and then we're going to 2k, 1k, and get out of there. So we're still at 1 more life. We're in a rough spot, though. He did kill our Luffy Taro. I'm hoping we can kill that Luffy on board. I think the play here is to play the 7-cost Sanji, rest that. First off, we're just going to swing 6 to that Luffy to draw a card. Just get the full information. We're also currently at 9 Dawn. I want to keep at least 1 up for Gum Gum Giant. He gives us a 2K. So we're going to tap 7. The play here is we're going to play the Rush Sanji. We're going to return a Dawn. We're going to get that Dawn back active, and we're going to have 3 Dawn to play with. We're going to rest that Nami, swing Leader into it. So here's what we do. We tap the 7, return a Dawn, rest the Nami, effective Kid to get the Dawn back. We're going to swing 5 into the 1 to kill that Nami, which has been super troublesome and allowed him to do crazy swings. And now we're going to swing 9 into the 6. And we need this to die here. And it does. So we still, if he plays a Rush, we do have a blocker, but he does run, I don't know if he runs Diablo Jambe, but there's a new Sanji in this, a 2K Sanji that allows, that's basically Diablo Jambe. I don't think he can do it on a leader though. But yeah, it gives Straw Hat unblockable. So we have to just be cognizant. He drops, he's at 9 Dawn. He drops the Dragon. Rush 8-9, that gives 2 rested Dawn, so he gives 2 rested Dawn to Leader, and now he's going to swing 7 into Life. Oh, he's swing 7 into the Sanji. Actually, we're going to give him a 2K, and then now he can use Leader effect to give 2 rested Dawn to Dragon and swing 11, which he does. He swings 11 into the 6. Going to let it die, unfortunately. We could Gum Giant, but I think we gotta let that Sanji die. And he still has 1 standing Dawn. I know it's tapped right now, but I think I asked him, and he goes, "Oh yeah, it's still 1 standing." So it's probably a Rad Beam. That's what I'd guess. It could be Divine Departure. Could be something else. But we're in a spot. We still do have the blocker, but I don't really know if we have a great play here. We have a Luffy Tower. We're going to search. At this point, we're just going to search for answers. We'll search top 4 for a Straw Hat or Heart Pirate. The only option we can grab is the Zorojuro, so it's no counter, not great. But we could use that to search for Gum Giant or something else. I'm just counting my Dawn. I have 4. I have 9 standing, so I could Zorojuro, which I'm thinking about whether to do or not. I do have another Law Searcher. We're going to search with Law. Search top 4. We're able to grab 2Ks. We're going to grab the Soba Mask. The reason I elect for that one is because it's a blocker. I could play that down if need be. And now we're going to tap 4 for the Zorojuro and go searching again. We're just really digging right now, looking for something to help us. And we're able to grab another 2K. So we've grabbed 2 2Ks off of this while establishing a 6K body in the Zorojuro. And we have a Gum Giant. We're going to swing 7 into Life. We're thinking about whether to swing. Yeah, we swing 7 into Life. He takes. We're going to swing another 7 into Life. We're going to keep the 1 standing for Gum Giant and keep another 1 standing in case we draw into another Gum Giant. He takes. And we're going to pass. We are a little bit safe because we do have the blocker and 1 standing Dawn. But again, he could make a Straw Hat unblockable if he sees that Sanji, or if he runs Diablo Jambe, he can make his Leader unblockable. But we should be able to at least survive another turn, hopefully, with our Gum Giant and our blocker. He's going to Divine Departure our Kid blocker, so he taps 6 for that. And then now, depending on how he plays his Dawn, these could be pretty big swings because of the effects of Leader of giving rested Dawn. So I need to be super cognizant of how I do this. And he has 4 standing Dawn. But again, with 1 Dawn on Leader, that buffs him by up 1, and then he can give 2 to the Dragon and swing 11-6 just by 1 Dawn. He puts 2 Dawn on Leader, which allows him to put 2 Dawn on Dragon, and he's going to swing 11 into the 7. which I find a little curious, but I'm going to keep that Sanji alive because I can. I'm going to return 2 Dawn, tab 1, pitch a card, pitch a Luffy card. We'll go +4, so we're at 11. We meet it. We have to give him a 1k now. We'll give him that 1k Songoro. So now he has a 7k swing looming plus 2 extra Dawn. He could make it a 9k swing. He could keep that Dawn up for the events. I know he kept one up last turn. He swings 7 into the Sanji, and we'll give him a 2k. He's going to keep 2 Dawn standing. We go to 10 Dawn. I don't think we can kill him just because he has the Dawn standing. So I'm going to swing 6 in a life. We can Big Mom just to heal. I'm going to swing 6 in a life, 7 in a life. He takes 5 in a life. He gives us the 1k. And yeah, we're going to play the Big Mom down. Heal 1. Tap 9. Return a Dawn. Pitch a card. Pitch a Zoro. We're thinking about what to pitch. Ultimately going to decide to pitch the Zoro Jura, I believe. And then heal 1. We won't heal him. And then we do have 1 too many on the board, so I need to get rid of those laws. Just checking real quick. Actually, no, I don't. My board's fine. And we're going to pass with 1 Dawn standing. We currently don't have a Gum Gum Giant. I think our hand's got like a 2k in it. So if we place another Rush, we could be in trouble. If he has another one of those Luffys, the one that's on his sleeves, we could be in trouble. He starts arranging his Dawn. Looks like 2, 3, 3, 1, something along that lines. Yeah, showing 2 swings right now, but he does have 10 Dawn with plenty of rushers in this deck. There's a Zoro in this deck that if you give it 2 Dawn, it gains rush, so that could be a trouble. There's that Luffy. Again, probably the worst case scenario is the Luffy, the SR Luffy, the one that's he's already played. That's probably the worst worst card he could play against us. The scariest card, I should say. He swings 9 into life. Here's our hand has a 2k. That's 2 2Ks in a brick. Here's where I start like thinking, should I tap the Dawn? This is just a pump fake. This is just a hezzy. I ultimately take, and it's a brick. And I look up at him right at this point, and he's looking at me the entire time, and he just starts laughing because I think he saw through my bluff. I think he knows I don't have a Gum Gum Giant. By the way, I looked up at him because I was trying to pump fake like I have one. I'm hoping that last life is one. But at this point, he only has 1 swing. We do have 2 2Ks. So our hand is not completely bricked up, but he still has all 10 Dawn. It looks like he's ranged to kind of like in 3-3-3 with 1 on the side. He taps 3 for a Nami, which allows him to give 2 rested Dawn. He taps another 3 for a Zoro from Starter Deck 1. Excuse me, not from Starter, from OP10. Just 3-5 with Rush. So now he has 6 standing Dawn, but he's able to use the Nami effect to give rested Dawn to the Zoro. So now it's a 7k swing. He's showing 4 Dawn standing. And he still has leader effect where you could put a Dawn on lead and get rested Dawn from that. I'm thinking about this. I could counter out of this swing by giving him the 2-2Ks. And then if he swings leader, it doesn't really matter. But if he plays another body, if he has another Zoro, I'm going to be in trouble. Well, I could potentially be in trouble. I could take this, and then he could swing 9 for game. But at that point, and that would ultimately bait him a little bit, but I would be super dependent on that last life being counter or Gum Gum Giant. So ultimately, I think the safest route is to give him the 2-2Ks here. See what he has, see what he does with these 4 Standing Dawn. He swings 6 into life. We take, and it's a Gum Gum Giant. Super happy about that. We can live with it. He has 3 Standing Dawn, so he could play another Zoro here. So that's what he does. He does another 3. He uses leader effect to give it to 7, and he swings 7 into life, and we're able to Gum Gum Giant pitch, return 2, and then draw 2. So we're gonna survive. We're gonna have a chance to win the game. And at this point, he concedes, but I'm like, dude, you want to play it out? Like, you have some cards in hand. I thought he had some Standing Dawn, and I'm like, oh, like, whatever. Like, I don't want to make him play it out if he doesn't. Like, I don't want to be rude or whatever. Like, if he wanted to concede, So I'm just like, yeah. We ultimately had it. So when he went to concede, I should have just accepted. But like I said, I thought he still had a chance to live. I was like, dude, don't give up. Come on, you might still. But anyways, it's all good. Shout out to my friend Dylan. This was a very interesting matchup. I thought we were gonna get rushed down there for a second. I think this matchup is kind of tough for us, and we almost got our legs cut out from underneath us. If he had another Luffy or a Zoro earlier on that one turn, where he Divine Departed our Luffy Taro, we could have been super in trouble. I think the play, by the way, probably would have been better to play the 7-cost Sanji to arrest that Nami and kill it right away, because he was getting insane. It allowed him to just do insane value. Again, swinging triple or double 8s on the 5 Dawn turn is just insane value, especially when he had nothing on board other than that Nami at that point. So it's just crazy. So yeah, shout out to my opponent. This was a fun matchup. We were able to get the dub. Let me know in the comments anything I could have done better. Thanks for listening, or thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.